Hi everyone. So let's look at this TEVETA question paper that was written in 2023, April. It's certificate in Secretarial and Office Management / certificate in Advanced Secretarial and Office Management levels 4 and 5 year 1 examinations. So level 4 means it's a certificate program or craft certificate, and then level 5 means it's advanced certificate, or if it's in engineering we call it technician level. So advanced certificate and craft certificate, they write the same paper. So April 2023 final year exam, introduction to computers, practical. So this paper is supposed to be written in 3 hours. Let's go through some instructions before we begin. Instructions are very important. They're actually part of the exam. So the instruction number 1 says, create a folder on the desktop. Use your examination number and NRC number to name it. Save all your work in the folder. So you are instructed to create a folder on the desktop, and all the work has to be saved on that folder. So you'll be using a computer to do this practical, and you have to know how to create a folder. So let's create a folder. So we go to the desktop. So on the desktop there, you right click on your mouse, right click, then there's going to be this option menu that will appear, and then on this option menu you're looking for new. So new, and then another set of options will pop up, and then you go to new folder. You select that by left clicking on your mouse, and then you can rename your folder. So it says you rename the folder with your exam number. So my exam number will be this 6-digit number, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's the exam number. So we can put an hyphen, and then we put the NRC number, which is supposed to be in this format. Okay, something like that. So after renaming it, then you are set to go. So let's go back to the instructions and see what else we need to do. So instruction number 2, you must hand in a printed copy of your work, which includes your NRC, your exam number, and your NRC. There are 4 questions in this question paper. You are required to answer all questions. All questions carry equal marks, and then cell phones and programmable calculators are not allowed in the examination room. Okay, so let's go direct to the first question. We'll see what the first question is. So the first question here, there's an instruction on top here. It says create a folder. I think it's just the same as the first instruction number 1 here. So we just repeated this. So it's just an emphasis there. So you have to create a folder on the desktop, use your exam number and NRC number to name it, save all your work in that folder. So very, very important. I'm also going to show you how you can save your work in the folder using the softwares that you're going to use, or just by going in that same folder. You pick which method will be easier for you. So question 1 here says, question 1A says enter the following data on a worksheet. So this one, it's telling us to open Microsoft Excel. The instruction has not been specific there, but when we look at this word here, the moment that we see worksheet or datasheet, just know that it's Microsoft Excel. So the first question tells us to type this data in Microsoft Excel. Okay, and then we also answer the questions that follow. So it's interesting to note that the first question here is question A, which is instructing us to type the following data as it is. The same way that it appears is the way that it should appear even after you enter it on the worksheet, and for doing that you get 4 marks. So very important. So you've already started earning marks just by typing what you've been given there. And then after typing, we're going to look at these other questions that follow. So I'm going to type the data. I'll show you how to enter this data, but first let me just type the data that is here, and then we'll see how we will be able to format it. I'll also show you how we can type these, because these are months. If you look at this, we have from January to June here. So there's a way in which Excel deals with such. Okay, so how do you find Microsoft Excel? So you go on the start button. First of all, you go on the start button, and then you type just the keyword, so which is Excel, EXC. So just the keyword, and you find that if Excel is installed there, you'll be able to find it here, or if you're using Windows 10, it will also appear here like that. So you can either click this one or click that one on the base match, or this one that is already here. So we're going to open this one. Okay, so this is the screen that you are faced with once you open Excel. So you want to open a blank workbook, which is just this one, and this one should get you going. Okay, so after you open this, the first thing that you want to do, which is very important, is even though you're working on you have this blank document here, it's important for you to save it, because when you look at this blank document, it doesn't have a name. It only has book 2, which is the default name. I mean book 1 Excel, which is the default name, like that. So it's important that you save this in the folder that you have created on the desktop. So the first way in which you can do that, you can save your work, is just by going to File and then Save. You go on computer here, unless you want to save it online, but you're looking for the desktop, so you want to remain in your computer. So you go to computer there, and then you look for the desktop. So desktop, or you go on browse there. If the desktop is not appearing there, go on browse, and then you look for the desktop to the left of this window that has just opened here. So here you have these. You're looking for the desktop, these folders here, but you are looking for the desktop. So desktop, and then you select your folder, which is empty. So after selecting the folder, you open it inside there, and then here where we have file name, we can rename it. So since this is question 1, I don't think there is a specific instruction to how we're supposed to save this work, but yeah, if there's no instruction, we just say it's question 1, because that is how we can save it for now. So we just put question 1 there, and then we save it like that. So what this would do is, it will, when we go back to the desktop, it will create a folder. It will create a document which we have saved in the folder here, which is this question 1, and when we open it, we'll go back to that same document like that, as simple as this. Okay, so it turns out there's another way in which we can save this work inside that folder. If we are, let's say you find difficulties going to Excel and then locating the save button and all that, so the shortcut for save is Control S, the control button and the S, then it will save. So you can use that one or this method where you go to the file. So another method is let's delete this. Okay, another method is also on the desktop here. You create your folder, and you know that question 1 is asking us to use Microsoft Excel. So you open this folder just to make sure that you are in the correct folder there, and you are saving your work in the correct folder. So you open this folder, and then whilst in here, just anywhere, you right click on your mouse. So you right click to bring this, as if you're trying to create a new folder again. You go to new, the new, there is folder, the shortcut, the all these, but you're looking for Excel, so you can say Microsoft. You can go here where it says Microsoft Excel worksheet. So when you create this, you click there, it will create a new Microsoft Excel worksheet, and then you can rename it. So Excel is question 1, so you just go on and type question 1, and then when you open it, it will open a blank document. So you can use any method that you feel comfortable with. So using the same method, you can also check for the other question. Let's say if we go through this paper, so we have question 1, it has Excel, we've already created that one, and then question 2, it says open a word processor and reproduce the following passage. So this one is question 2 is asking us to use Microsoft Word. So in the same folder, since everything is supposed to be saved in the same folder there, we can go to the same folder and create our question 2. So options, new, and then we're looking for Microsoft Word document. So we click on this one and then we rename it. It will be question 2. It will be question 2 like that. We go back to the question paper again. What is question 3 asking us? So open MS Word, so it's also Microsoft Word. So question 3 is also about Microsoft Word. We will save this one as question 3. So we open Microsoft Word, we open the folder, we go back to the same folder, options, and then MS Word document, and then we put question 3 there, and then we can go back to the same question paper again. We check what is question 4. How many questions do we have? Okay, so we only have question up to question 4, so we only have 4 questions. So question 4, create a presentation of 4 slides using your own data. So this one is a PowerPoint presentation, so we can save another one, which is question 4. So new, and then here we are looking for Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So this one, we put question 4 there. Put question 4. We're doing this, then we are set to go. So the only thing that we need to do now is choosing which question are we going to answer first. So let's start. You can start with any question, but here we're going to start with the first question, which is question 1. Okay, so question 1, we have to type the following data on the data sheet or on the worksheet. So we go to question 1, which is Excel, and we start working. So let me just type this data first, and then I'll go through some important points that you have to consider when doing that. Okay, so I've managed to type the data that is on the question paper there, which is something like this. I haven't just typed the numbers yet. But I want to explain a few things here. So when you look at this information that I've typed here, see, when we go to this cell, which is cell A1 here, this is where we have this whole thing, which is 6 months departmental expenditure, and then down here we have department. So when we go to B, for example, if we go to B1 here, we find that there is nothing, even though it appears as if this is all over these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells like that. But even if it looks like this, it's only in this first cell, and this is very important to take note. But if we want to make it appear the way that it's appearing here, like it creates one cell, we just have to merge and center. We select the entire span there, and then we merge and center. So from this point to this point, we merge and center it. But I want us to concentrate on the months first. So after department, the next one there is supposed to be January, and then February, March, April, May, and June. That's when we have total there. So for this one, since department is here, then the next one has to be January. Or maybe before we type that, let's extend this a bit to when we look at this, we can extend it to where administration is able to fit, to a box where administration is able to fit, and then everything will just come just like that. So we can extend it, we can extend this one like this. So we come to this column, and then here when the cursor changes to an anchor there, we press and hold the right button on the mouse, and then we'll make it, yeah, I think up to that, so that we are able to see clearly now. So here in the next cell here we have Jan, so it's typed in capital letters. It's very important to also note the way that the words or letters have been typed. So when you go back to this document here on the question paper, you find that everything that is here is in capital letters, so it's very important to take note of that. And everything that is here, whatever is typed here, is typed in capital letters. These others are just in normal sentence case. Okay, so John, so Excel already knows that this can mean a month. It has been programmed like that. This can be a month. So watch what happens now. So instead of typing Jan, Feb, and all these others there, I can just come here. So when you select the box like that, there's this box, and then there's this little box that is just at the bottom right corner there. So when you take your cursor there, you find that it will even change shape like that. When you are here, it has a different shape. When you are here, it has a different shape, but we are looking for this one here that is showing now. And then you press and hold, you drag it up to G there. So we drag it up to G2, and then we let go. So it will be able to fill in these others, because it already knows that these are months, and then from January you can proceed like that. So for Excel, it's possible that you can do this. And then we want to merge these cells from A to G, so that we create one big cell for the title there. So we just select. So now here we are selecting from the center, just there, and then we press and hold. Make sure that you select everything there, and then you'll be able to merge and center. So there's this button here where on this section, alignment section, we have this button which is merge and center. So you just click on it, and then it will be able to merge all the cells and center the title there. Okay, and then another thing is, when you look at this document here, when you look at this here, we have these ones which are quite okay, and then these others have been text. We call this wrap text. Wrap text enables a word or a sentence or phrase. Since we have run out of space here, it can continue just under the first sentence to create maybe 2 or 3 or even 4 lines in the same box. So what we do here, we'll select the entire column, which is this column here, and then we just select column A, so that this one caters for everything that is in the column. And that's where you're going to now learn that, or to notice that these, even if they've extended up to these other columns like that, but they are just in this column A here. So here you go on align again, alignment, and then there is this one which is wrap text. So when you click on this button, see what will happen. So everything will be now in position and in accordance with what is on the document here that we are referring to. Okay, so I think this row and these other 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes here, they appear to me as if they've been embodied. So we can embed these as well as the title there. We can embed them. So we just select. For example, we can start with these, so we can select this up to that, and then we bold it so that we have something like that, and also these can be selected at once. We also import them, then we're good to go. So I'm going to type in the values. So we have these values. I'm going to type in the values first so that we now concentrate on the questions that follow. Okay, so after typing in these figures here, let's see what next. So let's go to the next question. Next question says merge cells and wrap text as shown in the shown above. So what they're talking about is just this: you merge these cells and then you also do this. So this one has already been dealt with, which is question B, 4 marks. Let's see what question C is telling us. So use an inbuilt formula to find the monthly total, highest and average expenditure. Okay, so the monthly total, so each month should have a monthly total which should appear here. So they're talking about this one, and then the highest expenditure and average expenditure. Okay, so let's go back to this. So the monthly total is supposed to appear here. So the monthly total for the month of January would be the sum of all these. So here you don't use a calculator, or you don't just calculate manually, but you use Excel. So you go, since it says you use an inbuilt formula, you go here on the insert function button. So there you're looking for sum. So here where it says, because Excel has got a lot of formulas that you can use. So here where it says select a category, you just go here on all, and since this is in alphabetical order, it starts with A. So when you select any of those, you're looking for the sum. When you're adding things, it's supposed to be it's called a sum. So you're looking for the sum, so you just type S and then you start searching from there. So so the first one there is search, and then you can use the down button, the bottom arrow button, and then you are looking for sum. So ST, so we have substitute there, and then we have subtotal, and then the next one is sum. So sum, it adds all. Here it even gives you a guideline there where it says adds all the numbers in a range of cells. So here when you click this one, it will tell you to select the range. So the range that you're looking for is just a sum of these. So you just go there, press and hold, and then you drag, and then you click OK. So the sum of all these will be here. So what is written, what we've typed here is simply a formula, and we are able to check. When you look at the formula bar there, it's just a formula there, and then Excel is able to interpret that formula in form of a number like that. And then so we need the same formula for all the months now, so we don't have to write the formula here, we can just copy this formula. So we go to this box, and then there's this corner button here, this corner box here, we just drag it across all the other months or the other cells like that, then it will copy the formula there. So what we have here is just the formula. When you look at this, just the formula, so the summation of all these here. Okay, the next one is the highest expenditure. So the highest expenditure, we're talking about the max. So again, we go to this function, insert function button there, and then we look for max. So again, we are at A there. So for max or maximum, it's M, and then you start searching from there. You can scroll using your mouse, or you can use the button, just the down button. So max is there, and then okay, again here we just have to select the range. You just want to find the highest, the maximum or the highest expenditure, which is the biggest number in this range here. So again, we just select the range, press and hold, drag it up to that, and then we're good to go. So the highest expenditure here is 4,000. When you look, we have 4,000 as the highest. This is 2,500, 3,000, I mean 40,000, 25,000, 30,000, and then 35,000. That's what the highest is, this one, which is the maximum. And then again we do the same for these other months, so we don't have to write the formula there, but we just copy this formula throughout these cells. So that is the highest there for each month. Okay, and then average, it's the same, we just look for average, and we're dealing with the same range, so we're already at A, so we just look for average. So average is there, we select the range, and then we copy the formula again. So that is the average. Okay, so when we look at the document here, we'll find that the letters, the data that has been typed here is starting from the right. When you look at these numbers here, when you look at these, everything, I think it's starting from the left, rather starting from the left and then going to the right. When you look at the document that we have, there is a very big space between this line and where the words, the numbers or the figures are starting from. So we can just select everything. We select everything that is there so that we format it accordingly. So we select that, and then we go to this alignment. So we align everything to the left. So here they've been aligned more like this side, so we can change the alignment if you want them to be at center, but here want them to be aligned to the left, like that. Okay, so let's look at the other questions. I think we've dealt with the second one, which is 6 marks. 6 marks there, and then here it says use inbuilt formulas to find 6 months total expenditure for all departments. Okay, so 6 months total expenditure for all departments. So when we go back here, so this one is going through a span of 6 months, meaning the totals have to come here. So for all departments, again, it's just the sum. So we come here and then we go to that, we can look for the sum. We go, because we used it recently, so we go to most recently used there, and then we'll be able to locate the sum. Okay, and then now instead of a column, but we are adding what is in the row, so we select this. This is our range now, which is the row from January to June, and then okay, it will be able to do the sum for you, and then you copy it through all these. Okay, so that's how you get the 2 marks. Oh, sorry about that. So that's how you get the 2 marks. Okay, the next question says use an inbuilt formula to find the number of departments whose 6 months total expenditure is more than this number here. So use an inbuilt formula to find the number of departments whose 6 months total expenditure is more than 207,800. Okay, this number, I don't know if it's the correct one. I don't know if it's the correct way to say it in words. It looks like 207,800. Wow. Okay, so just this number, so 4 marks. So here what they're telling us is we just have to count. So Excel is able to count, but here we have a condition that we have to meet for you to count. So those cells, so we use a formula called count if, because we have a condition. If it was just counted, we would have just used count or count A. For this one, we use count if because there's a condition. The condition is if the total expenditure is more than this number that is here. So let's go back to our Excel document. So here it says department total expenditure greater than this number here. So here the range that we're using is this one here, because we are looking for the total expenditure, so there we go on the function button again, and then okay, so I think we have count if here, so we go on count if. So it's important to check even what is written here. Counts the number of cells within a range that meets a given condition. So the condition here is that the only time that Excel will be able to count this the cells there is if the number or the figure that is there is greater than this number here. So okay, and then we're going to get the range. So our range is this one here. Our range is this one from here to here. Okay, and then the criteria, which is the condition. So the criteria is just greater than this is 207800. okay, yes. So and then okay, so it will give you 2 from this range. Is that true or is it correct? So if we come here, I think this one is greater than this number. Yes, this one is less, this one is less, then this one is greater. So 2 is the correct one there. Okay, so that's how you do it. Let's go back to the document and see the other question. So the other question is display departmental monthly expenditure on a column chart. Departmental monthly expenditure on a column chart. Okay, so the monthly expenditure, departmental monthly expenditure for January, February. So you need the column chart. So for you to insert a chart, you go on insert, and then there's this section for charts, so that panel, and then they are looking for what are they asking us to, so what type of chart. So we have a column chart. So we have different types of charts, but the column chart is this one that has got vertical bars. Okay, so that's the column chart. So for the monthly, so for the month of February, so we have to select these months. So for the month, from the month of January to June there, and then the monthly expenditure as well. So we press Control and then select these. Okay, and then we insert a chart, which is this one. We can choose any. Which one are we going to use? Are we going to use this? Okay, since it doesn't specify, it just says a column chart. We can even use a 3D column chart. Let's move it a bit this side. Okay, yes. So for the month of January, the total expenditure was there. We can even change the style. Which one are we going to use or be comfortable with? Let's check what we have. Can we use this? Okay, I think this one looks better. Let's check what others do we have there. Yeah, we have something like that. Okay, I want the one that shows the actual figures. Okay, but I guess you know what I'm trying to do here. We can use this one, that has got the actual figures there. And then the title, we can even change to what is it saying here? So departmental monthly expenditure. Okay, so departmental monthly expenditure. Let's do this. Okay, so departmental monthly expenditure, okay, something like that. Then we're good to go. Okay, so that is the second question. What else do we have here? Okay, so after saving it, we close. I mean, that is the first question. The second question, we open this and then we go to our question paper. So the second question is asking us to type this entire passage. Okay, open a word processor and reproduce the passage in, so we have this font, Arial black, and then size 11. Okay, so it's quite a long passage, and then after typing we answer the questions that follows. So A there, and then there's another A, so this one is supposed to be B, just like that, because we already have A, which is 6 marks. So again, for typing this passage the same way that it is, just typing it the way that it is, you get 6 marks for that, minus errors, and you have to check for all the details that are there on the passage. So that is 6 marks for that. So I'll just type this real quick, and then we'll continue to answer the questions that follow. And it's also important, as you are typing, it's also important to take note of the fact that this is in capital letters, and then it's embodied, and even these subtitles, they seem to be embodied as well. Yes, so all those details have to be there. Okay, so this is a typed passage, and then let's format it a little bit. So when we look at first of all, the passage has been typed using a different font. When you look at this font here, but we've been asked to type it in Arial black, and then size 11. Okay, so very important. So let's select everything. So you can select everything like this, or by simply just pressing the command buttons, which is Control and A, to select everything. Very important. Then here you type Arial. So Arial, the moment that you just type Arial, it will come, and bear in mind that there is just Arial, and then there is also Arial black. So Arial black, and then enter. The font will change, and then the title has to be embodied, and it also has to be in capital letters. So for you to change in capital letters, you come here, there is the change case there, so there, and then you just go to uppercase, so everything will be in capital letters. And yeah, I think basically that's it. Okay, so let's see the questions that follow. So I've noticed that we forgot something. Did we forget this here? Did we forget? No, okay, it's there. Okay, so let's check the questions that follow. So here it says format the heading to center, font size 14. So the first one is telling us to format the heading. So this heading, you can just double click, just click there if you want to select everything that is there. For example, if you want to select everything that is there, like that, just a line. So for the heading, you just click there, or you just select it like that, and then it says to center. So we come to the paragraph, and then we align it to center alignment, and then it has to have a 14. So we just type here 14, or we can increase and reduce there. So 14, and then it has to be centered. Okay, what else is it saying? So here, format the heading to center, and then the font size should be 14, so we've done that. 2 marks. And then B, design the heading with the bottom border. So the heading, whilst we are at it, we've already selected it. We just come to the same paragraph, and then there's these borders. So borders, we can select the bottom border, which is just there. So it doesn't specify on the size of the line, the thickness, or the color of the line. So we just go border, and then we move on. So that's another 2 marks there. 2 marks. Then C says shade the subheadings entire paragraph. Okay, so shade the subheadings entire paragraph background with a light blue. So here we go back. So the subheadings are these, but it's not the subheadings themselves, but subheadings entire paragraph. So the paragraph of the subheading starts from there and then it ends there. So we have to shade it to blue. So the shade button is this one here. So this is the shading, and then it says light blue, not just any blue. So it says to light blue. So when you check there, light blue, so we have to make sure that the color that we select is light blue. So how do we know that? So when we go here, we have different colors and they have color names. So this one is blue, it's some type of blue, but if you see that one, it says accent one. Even this one here is also some type of blue. But when we come here, we also have these colors. So we have this blue here, which is light blue, and then we have this one, which is just blue. So you have to choose very carefully there. You make sure that you pause there and check if it's the correct color, because the name will always pop up if you pause for 2 to 3 seconds. So light blue. Okay, again we go to the other one, which is this one here, again light blue. We go to the next one, light blue as well. We go to next, okay, light blue, and these. Okay, so it's light blue like that. Okay, so you make sure that as you're working on a document, you need to keep on saving in case anything happens to the computer or there is a power cut. Then you'll be safe, your work will be safe, you will not be able to lose your work. Okay, let's go back to the document again and see the next question. So the next question here says drop cap the first paragraph by 2 lines. So drop cap the first paragraph by 2 lines. So this one, we go back to the first paragraph. So this is the first paragraph. So when say drop cap, okay, so we select the paragraph, and then we the button that we're looking for is this drop cap here. So when you go on the so here you go on the insert. So the drop cap button is found on the insert. So when you go on the insert, and then we have text there, so there is this button, which is a drop cap. So you can select the whole paragraph, which is the first paragraph, and then you say drop cap. So the default one, it would drop by three lines like that. If you look at those, the first line, second, and the third line, it would drop by 3 lines. But here it's asking us to drop by 2 lines. So we can go on drop cap options, and then there we just select this, and then we select the number of lines that we want to drop. So lines to drop, so instead of 3 we put 2 there, and then okay. So again, even on this one, there is no any specific instruction. We just do that, and then we move on. Okay, so we're good. Let's check the next one. Here it says use 1.5 line spacing for the whole paragraph. Okay, use 1.5 line spacing for the whole paragraph. So here I don't know if it's the paragraph or the passage that it's talking about, but I'm thinking it's the whole passage. So we'll just select everything that is on that on this document, and then we put a spacing. So we can start from this, and then we go back to the home, and then the line spacing is found on the paragraph there, and then we look for 1.5. So 1.5, okay, so something like that. Okay, so we are now in the other page. Yes, so 1.5. Then the next one is saying justify the whole passage. So to justify the whole passage, we fully justify, we can select the entire passage. Okay, and then justify is found on the paragraph there. We have different types of alignment. So what happens, the left alignment will have a straight margin to the left, and then the center will have a straight margin on the center. It will have a straight center, and then words will be going with different types of it will be the way the paragraph will be, it will be developing from the center and then going to both sides of the page there. And then left alignment will be aligned to the left, so we have some kind of a straight line this side. So that's the right alignment. So we have some kind of a straight line this side, and then everything is developing from here going this side, without putting into consideration how the sentences end this other on the other side there. But a fully justified one, or a justified one, is where you have a straight line this side and a straight line this side. So this is what they're asking us to do. So when it says justify, it's this button here, which is justify, or the shortcut would be Control J with that. So this is what it's asking. And then what else have we been asked? It says the last one says insert a footer of your exam number on the right and the page of the page number at the center. So insert the footer of your exam number on the right and the page number at the center. So it says insert a footer of your exam number on the right and page number at the center. Okay, so we go to footer. So footers and headers are found on the insert button, so insert tab. So insert, and then we come to header and footer. So we're looking for the footer, footer. So we need the footer that has got I think this one that will have 3 columns. We're going to have to delete one column. Yeah, we're gonna have to delete one column, the one that is at the left. So when we click this one, we have this one that we don't need, and then we have here where we need to add the page number, and then here the exam number. So we can start with the exam number. So we put our exam number there, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and then here we select, and then we go to page number. So we add page number. So here there is top of page, bottom of page, page margin, and then we have current position. So current position there, and then we can choose any of these. Again, it doesn't specify, so we can choose any. For example, I'm going to use this just on the current position there. Then this one is not important, we can just select it and delete it. Okay, and then we close the footer there, and yes, we are home and dry. So the only thing that is remaining is for us to save the work once more, and then we exit. So what will happen is okay, so question 1 is there, and then question 2, is there. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.